Hi guys, I know it's been a while. I've been trying to make this post. Trying to make time since Thursday. I kind of canceled some of my plans on Thursday, and I was supposed to make this video, but kind of got swamped away on some other things. Everything's good. First of all, I'd like to say I thank the bloggers. You guys are amazing. I when I can find the time to get on there and see what you guys talking about or whatever. It pops up on my in feed, so I listen sometimes. And I just want to take the time to say I think you guys are amazing. I'm not gonna say any specific blogger's name. I'm not gonna do that because I really don't. Uh, I just said I'm not gonna shout anybody out just yet because I'm just not gonna do that. I have my reasons. I'm just obeying God's path, the path that He has for my life. So, but first of all, I really wanted to say that you guys have some great content. All of you guys, I just kind of observe here and there, and I enjoy all of it. I do. So, I don't know. I just want to let you know that much. Okay, I'm still working on some things, and it's gonna take me a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna hurry and rush. I'm gonna go at my own pace and be led of God, of course. But I can really tell that somebody's been praying. Somebody, you know how you can just kind of feel God moving. He's just nothing that's just confirmed or anything like that. But kind of, so I don't really know how to explain it without saying too much because I'm aware that I have to allow things to just play out and it's according to God's timing. So, I'm just doing my part, doing what I know to do. But today was a good day. It was. I had an amazing day today at the car show. I went to the event and I don't know. Is to me it's more than just selling my products or whatever. That's good too, cause God, that's part of the plan for my life as well too. It's a lot bigger than what I thought, what I had expect, because of some of the challenges I've been facing, some of the things I've been going through. So I realized that all of that has to do with the weight of the call and the things that God wants me to do. And yes, of course, me going to these events and I don't know, I just meet some amazing people sometimes, and it's just I don't know, I have these moments. I know I don't talk about the good aspects about it a lot. I meet a lot of different people. Some are absolutely amazing. I can really identify with them. I can. Some are not so not so loving, but you gotta take the bitter with the sweet, the good with the bad. It's just the way it is. It was my learning, for my growth. There's a lot of refinement, and God is just at the end of the day, He's so good. Jesus is still so loving, so good, despite of the attacks, despite of everything that I've gone through. Because regardless, we're all gonna have to go through some pruning, some refinement, some bad days, and we can't get away from it. We just can't. But at the same time, we don't have to allow uh sin and Satan to just rule our lives. And sometimes you have to just put your just hammer down on him. Like, nah, partner, it ain't. This ain't that. It ain't rolling like that. And you try to say it as softly, nicely, but that don't work. So we just ramp it all up because ain't no middle ground. It ain't. The word says that. There's no middle ground. You're gonna either be hot or cold. You know. In other words, the easy way or the hard way. Not trying. It really. That's just how I feel. If you don't want it the easy way, then we're gonna ramp it up to the hard way. It's just no more middle ground. Either if you don't have your mind made up, and if you can't make a decision, then yes, one will be made for you because I just made it for you. It really wasn't me; it was God working through me. So That's just that. But yeah, you guys are awesome. You're amazing. And the bloggers, which is anybody that I come in contact with, when you're a spiritual person, you can kind of tell, and then you can tell when some nah, because that intuition, that the spirit, it'll let you know. You can just, because you get into a level of it till you're not easily tricked and fooled anymore, and and I'm not gonna even just play games with you, and so that's all my life. I just can't. So, AKA, you just get left behind. I mean, you can't keep up, you will get left behind. So, God is making an offer through me, to various ones that want it. Yes, it's challenging. It's kind of like a transition I'm going through right now. And I'm like, God, now. So yeah, it's kind of like caterpillar turning into the butterfly, the metamorphosis of this, and that's a tough lifespan where you gotta transform, and elevate and grow and level up a little bit more, and it's challenging, and it takes a little while. You got rough edges, they got to be smoothed, and so I'm thankful for God. And a lot of times just you guys see some of the comedy coming out, because yes, he's placed that, it's a lot of gifts he's just kind of trusting me with. And I used to question him all the time, like, God, are you sure you know me? You created me. You know my flaws, my hangups. And he had more trust in me than me. And I was like, no, God, I'm just afraid I'm gonna let you down. And that was my biggest thing. I just don't want to let Jesus down. I don't. I care about his feelings. He has feelings. He does. We don't have a high priest that can't be touched with our infirmities, or I feel it. I took it to the point where even he knows. And I have to trust that he knows. He knows what I'm feeling. He got nailed to a cross. I did. I ain't going to no cross. He did. So nah. I'm often reminded of thought I was done with sodomite. Sodomite would always say something like, the man life ain't worth living unless you find something worth dying for. Don't fall for that, y'all. Because you finna be in an early grave. That mean, I'm going to translate. That mean you got to lay down your life for him so he can keep living doing what he doing. That nigga living on borrowed time. But I see through all that. And a lot of them do that, y'all. A lot of them, and then that I can't believe God finna make me say this. Hey guys, who is this here? The Lord want us to give him some praise. Oh, look at Tiny Tim. The Lord want us to give some praise. I ain't lying, y'all. That's the just dumbest thing I've ever seen before in my life. You know what that is? The Lord want us to give him some, just to shut the whole praise team down. Stand up there bouncing, talking about the Lord. Oh, he do want us to give him some praise like that. Bounce look like a fool. I'm not gonna play with y'all in church. That's a Hittite spirit. You know what a Hittite spirit is? Tiny Tim spirit. That's where they do stuff to make you feel sorry for them. And then they're gonna rob the shit out of you. Playing all them manipulative games. You gotta watch them. This little, it's and it's targeted towards the older mothers and grandmothers. Oh, I just feel so sorry for him. I think I just go in my bag and give him my money. Tiny Tim always got some type of impediment, some lame excuse why. And I just need this, and I just, you just need to go to the Lord and get your. But ain't no hope for you because you're sold to the devil. Ain't no more hope. Ain't no more refund. You can't. Ain't no more do-overs. Once you engage in that, that's just that. Or anything for too long, you come out. I mean, come on. Let's be honest. Y'all know Jesus is long suffering and patient. That's just too much. Too much. But anywho, I don't even know why I threw that in. I just observe and watch and take it to Jesus, everything that, don't sit right with me, and he reveals it, here and there in a matter of time, just have to play it out. But today was very, very beneficial in more ways that I feel like I need to say. I was like, God, I don't know. Sometimes you meet certain people that's of your same like spirit, like, wow. And I'm gonna give a testimony. This happens a lot in what I'm doing. I meet certain customers and different people or whatever, and we'll get to chit chatting and stuff. And I don't know how it happens, God. They'll just release a blessing right there on the spot to me, and that happened today. And it was so empowering and so moving to me. I wish I could share it right now, but I can't because I know there's a possibility that I'm still being monitored, and that doesn't bother me because that's done. But at the same time, I still have to move with discretion and with wisdom, So that's still strategy, which you can't even figure out my strategy. You'll never catch me. You will never catch me in the spirit. You'll never catch me. If you can't catch me in the spirit, you can't catch me in the natural. Cause and I was thinking about this not too long ago, and the Lord's like, no, they won't be able to catch you. You're like 120 years ahead of them. That's powerful. That's powerful when God makes your head up like that. When He says something like, "You got so much growth and distance between you and your enemies, so they'll never be able to catch up with you," or I don't know. When it comes to their spirit and minds, they'll never be able to even fathom how to even strategize to even take you out. There's a level you can reach. Whew. Yeah, sometimes it's exhausting, and because what I do is very physical, and you have to keep your body intact to engage in battle and wars like that. That was one of the first things. I'm opening up a little bit, okay? And I hope this is not too much, but in the beginning, I would have dreams, and whatever I saw in my dreams, that's what I saw myself doing. Like, for instance, I saw Jesus training me, preparing me for war, for what I'm doing, not what I've been doing my entire life. But when I stepped away from everything and everybody, and I just closed in and just, because I couldn't go to church and all that stuff. So my home became my sanctuary. That's where I turned it into church. And every morning I had a system where I would, get up, of course, you shower, you bathe, you do all that stuff. And I sat there and I read the Bible, and I invited Jesus in my home. For real, literally, I did this. And, to communion, all the things I would normally do at church, I did at home. Communion, reading the word. I would go out and get my exercise, regurgitating and rolling over what I just read in the morning. And one particular dream, I saw myself becoming disciplined and fit. And that's why when I was back home, when I started losing all of that weight, I did what He told me to do. When I saw I had to get out away from the noise, the churches, where the noise and the drama was coming from, I had to get away from all of that. I had to get away from all of that because I didn't have all that in my house. My house wasn't full of clamor, full of noise, full of drama. I had to create a safe space for me and Jesus alone. Nobody else, just us two. And He loved on me in a way that I've never been loved before. So yeah, He's a conquering king. He's I love Him so. I really do. I love Him so. But there's a side of me that's battle proof. It's battle proof. Even then, and then there's that balance between that intimacy with Jesus and then that warring person for him as well. You see, you there's a balance, and you have to know when to use which, when to engage, and and you know when to, which modes you need to deviate to. You'll know. For instance, and I was thinking about this, and I know it. I knew it. It's just so much I have to try to cover right now, just to, I don't know, show my face. And yes, things, I don't know, they're not quite, but I see him moving. I feel him moving. I do. Just little moments here and there that'll just keep you. Oh, thank you, Jesus, for that little nugget right there. You be so thankful. And whatever he gives you is not little, but you know what I'm saying. It's I still got some. It's gonna be okay. I can't say too much. But I really want to thank the bloggers for what you're doing. You guys are absolutely amazing. Every last one of you guys are absolutely amazing. And this is something that I really don't want to touch on, but I know and I feel that I need to, with all of everything else that's going on, which I those aren't just the only three battles. I mean, guys, it's been so many. I've lost count. I know way over 20. Way over 20 hardcore like that. Like this stuff here is just all my life. And you learn and you grow and you excel. And yes, there are levels. You know, when you hear people say there are levels, there are levels. And I've been sitting back, just kind of processing and hearing God, because when you come out of a battle, it takes a little while to process everything that just happened. And I don't want to miss anything. You know what I mean? So allow him to speak and translate to me what all just occurred and how to understand and apply it to my life, all of that. Because without the application of the word, you have nothing still. And sometimes that word has to be tested. A lot of times it has to be, all the time it does. Because he has to see if you're truly authentic, if you really is, you know? Yeah. So, and not just really his, but fit for what he's calling you into. You got to get battle tested. And he told me, and I didn't realize this, all of these little things, these battles that I was going through and coming out in the last 3 months ago, all of that was all of it. Sometimes it's just craft, the craft. Sometimes it's just white magic, dark, it's just a specific thing. You have to just learn that specific magical, or whatever, however way you want to evil work. And then from December to March of December 2025 and until March 2026, it was all of it in this one setting. He spoke that it was every and a lot of it is similar. They kind of start the same way. They start that so all there. I'm like, oh, you a baby devil. Okay. So I'm knowing everything you're gonna do before you do it, because of my past. Just about all of y'all start the same way. Every last type, if it's sorcery or witchcraft, or if it's hoodoo voodoo, it starts that same way. I ain't gonna say yet how it started. I'm not gonna get into any of that yet. I need tangible proof of what I'm standing on. Tangible. I'm not looking for nothing. It's gonna come to me like it always does. I'm gonna give you a testimony of my track record. When I go into these places and have to deal with stuff like that, and I shake the dust off my feet and come out, I look back at my track record, and you know what I see? A lot of those places, this is what God told me. He said, I can tell everywhere you've been when I look out from the windows of heaven. I can tell everywhere you've been, every church you've been in every business that you worked for, I can tell. I'm like, God, what are you talking about? You knocked a dent in it. He told you, he told me, you knocked a dent in them places. I'm like, okay. And I was reminded this time, he also told me, you shake the dust off your feet from some of these places. They come crumbling down, y'all. I mean, they bankrupt, they fold, these businesses, they go out of business. I look back, so I do have pattern recognition. I recognize I try not to miss a thing when it comes to Jesus's business. I see it. I pay attention. I watch. I'm like, yes, okay. I don't understand that, Jesus. And sometimes he don't clear that right up. But sometimes he does. That's just him. That's his will. So I just follow, his lead, his God. In the beginning of 2025, I'm going to give you this testimony. God is so good. I walked away from that battle just shipwrecked. Kind of sort of feeling like what I'm feeling. That's when I worked in law back home. Oh, God, so much was going on up in there. But it's the same pattern. Some old chicken head. Always some heifer hating. She's up there blaming everybody for the same scenario, blaming everybody else for stealing the law office. Not me. I know how to cover me. Got other people before me fired saying that they were stealing and stuff. Guess who was stealing? Her ass. Make a long story short, God, that woman, Preston, did so much to me and him and the attorney, but at least he gave me a job, so, But still, because some people you have to really be careful how you treat, because they will shut your whole establishment down. Not me, but you didn't do it to me, you did it to Jesus, and he don't play that. He really don't. So I was out to lunch in January 2025. I was out to eat. I got a dining offer, so I went out and had a lovely time. And while I was dining, this girl, she's like, "Do I know you? Aren't you Fairbanks?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me. That's who I am." A lot of people know me that I've kind of forgotten about because my head be somewhere else. I was like, "Oh, I know who you are." I'm not gonna give too much information, but anyway, because I do want to protect people. You know what I'm saying? I do. I do really want to, and I want no backlash from them, and that hurts me, God. That really hurts me. For instance, like when I was in quarantine and that she sent that spell word for men and hit somebody, that crushed. That's why I left, because it was getting dangerous. I try to prevent casualties and stuff like that, but I can't do that anymore. So when I see stuff like that, I just gotta bear and watch it, and I be wanting. But anyway, with that situation when I was in law, and that was during the time when I was fighting the penniless Babylonian harlot. I ain't gonna call you no hoe this time. I'll call you a harlot. You screwed all the men. Now you over there in LGBT. You don't even know if you want a man or a woman now. I forgot to tell y'all that it's crazy. This shit is crazy. Bisexual. Just like sodomite. Just like y'all. Just like. I have so much I kind of want to say. Just some victories from prior. That's why I know I got the victory in this too. Shut that man law firm down. Wife died. Girl embezzled I don't know how much money from the attorney. God used me to do that. They really didn't want to work there. Didn't have any other choice. Knew what I was walking. I'm like, oh God. Did not even work there, y'all. But turned it down a couple of times. Ain't got no other choice but to Come up in here and deal with this. It's God. It was rough for me, y'all. It was. I could say a whole lot more, but I don't wanna. But that's just a victory. I'm just telling you how He moves in my life. If He can shut the attorney down, there's no telling what God can do. They was doing that same mess that shut it down. I got receipts on what my God has already done. I'm looking at Him do this through me. You think that's the only place where I saw Him just shut it down, close it down? Took the man's wife in the process. She just had a heart attack because it was crazy. I'm not gonna give too many receipts. But that's a victory. You know what God? He said, "This too shall be just like that was a victory. This too shall be a victory." When I was whooping your ass, victory. See, that was that assuredness for me to keep. See, if you send Judah, you gonna get the victory. You gonna get it. If you send Judah, who should we send? Who shall go out to fight this battle for? Judah shall go out. But Judah got to get themselves together. Judah should go out, y'all. Judah lagging now. I'm working on. I'm coming for you, Judah. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. The Lord is coming for you. You are out of alignment. You've got to get back in alignment and lead. You do. I do. I'm doing. It's rough, it's tough, but I'm doing. You see how I switch from feminine to masculine? You got to know the balance in it. Don't worry about what people die as female. She go, okay, keep thinking it. Okay. So this too should be like that, and I didn't even ask for that. When I was there, it just, and it came at the right time because I was bored. We were battling one with Brenda. Plus, started Mike, I got to keep my eyes on you too. Then here come Hoodoo Voodoo. It ain't just that, y'all. It just wasn't those three. It was average, like about, I don't know. Then the Mexican, I beat his ass. I had a job. He was working. I was driving the company's vehicle, tampering with it. This is almost had a wreck. Keyword almost. I expected it. I started looking for it. I felt his spirit up to something. And so when I caught it, stuff was going on. Emergency lights on. Assess my vehicle. Cars going. It's just crazy. But one of my buddies, he actually did have a wreck. It bypassed me. I've clocked it. I've pattern recognition. I have it. Beat that man ass in the spirit. Send it ass packing. This is in 2022. All my life, y'all. Wife left his ass. She thought something, girl, I don't want that. And it's gonna beat his ass for trying to harm me in the spirit. His shit folded. Went packing. Wife left that ass. That happens a lot too. Spouses leave and break up, die. That's on my life. God is not playing. See, those are victories. Those are accomplishments that He wants in the land. I ain't got nothing to do with that. All I gotta do is stand there and book your ass. Here you go. You sent me out to get the victory. Here you go. Just like David did. But see, some of the stuff, y'all I can't do it the way you want me to. That has not been proven. David couldn't fight and all that. So he doing the 5 smooth stones and a slingshot. That's all he needed. And he came back with the victory. Like, why shall I? I can't fight with what people think I ought to be fighting with, or even how they should fight. That has not been proven in I can't even do everything my mother did. That has not been proven in my life. I can't do that. Now I thank her for everything. And did my family try to twist me into being her? No. You want to go to the grave where she at. I thank God for my mother, but I'm not my mother. I come from her and my father, but I'm not them. And I shouldn't even have to say that, but I said it. Your crazy ass playing them goddamn games with me. You wanna go to the grave where she at? Scared of this shit, ain't you? Mm-hmm. Since a man's life ain't worth living till they find something worth dying for, when you gonna die for something? Instead of pushing everybody else in a goddamn grave for you. Because you know your punishment awaits you. So you going to push everybody to take it for, oh, I see through all of them. Oh, nah. If I see, you know the Lord see, because he the one pointed it out to me, Tiny Tim. Lord want us to get him some praise. Man, I'm not playing with that shit. That shit ain't doing nothing for me. I gave him some praise. But what's that shit you trying to give him? I got to say it just like that. I got to say it just like that. Damn right. I got receipts on your crooked ass. God said let his people go. Remember he told Pharaoh that? Let his people go. If you don't let his people go, you gonna keep killing our son. He said he gonna kill he'll unalive your son. Have we forgotten scripture? If he did it once, he'll do it again. Have we? Look at everything around us. Come on now. Man, life ain't worth living. Why we got to die? Jesus did that. Quit falling for those lines, people. Stop it and rightfully divide the word for thyself. That's the best I can do with that. For your ass to be in a lake of fire with him. That's the best I can do with that. Sitting here to make it plain. I know I try to cover certain little things and I skip on, jump on to something else because it's lengthy, and for the sake of time, I'll just jump on something else. But I hope this little talk here, I'm well, everything's fine, I'm good. I really am. I go where I want to go. I do what I want to do. I eat healthy. I do, I'm living my life. I'm living it. I'm gonna keep on living it, but you're not. Because time is up for you. It is. It is. Should have saw the men loving the flowers and stuff. And I like that part, guys. Not just that, just a little bit. Different people like different things, but I don't know. Where I live at, you guys like them purple, red flowers. Elephant. Yeah, I know. You gotta know your demographics, the young people. God, I just really enjoy vibing with them. They're so knowledgeable about what I'm doing. They see the need, they understand. They're so cute with it too. I mean, it's like teenagers, boy. They just look. And I opted to do the gardening class, and we got a garden. And hey, I got a question. My trees, and it's just, yeah, it's probably from it's spraying, y'all. So it's gonna take a little bit more effort. I kind of deal with that too, but you gotta get around. And I told Gabriel some tips, which I'm not gonna give here, because I'm being surveillance. If you want tips on how to grow your stuff, you need to come to my booth. Find yourself at my booth, and your stuff will be all right. I really like the fact that you guys value the importance of growing and your own stuff, and even medicine wise, guys, they loving the tinctures and the oils, and not just the young people, but it's just amazing when I see them, who and right now they're the biggest customers because and I had a conversation today, and they was like even saying, well, the younger people, they don't trust doctors, and they don't trust. They want natural methods. They're just not in it. They see, they think like I think. They think like I think. This one like chick, she bought some expensive. I don't know if it was an oil or a tincture for her boyfriend, because that he got achy muscles. I said, yeah, they working him hard on his job. And I said, no, I got you. I got you. I got something for that. But it was named something that's kind of like arthritis, but all of that's equivalent to the joints, the muscles, the tendons, and like all of that, and it advised how to do. But I don't want. It's just the point I'm trying to make is that it's just amazing that um the demographics are just amazing when I see these people and I talk to them and different things like that. But see, you don't hear me talking to see that's the type of stuff they try to shut down because there's that pull, there's that, and it was not I'm trying to explain, but it was spiritual. It was a spiritual moment from God because all of it's spiritual, but it was really from God today, and I ate it up. I loved it. I love here lately different places I've been going, which sometimes I advertise, sometimes I don't. It's just what I feel like doing, what I have time to do. Ain't hiding, ain't nothing. It's just strategy, what I feel like doing. It's my life. You want me, here I am. Can't shut up. You can't shut down nothing. Your magic has been depleted. That's why you can't even throw it at the right target. I prayed for that. Relinquish there. How can you enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods if you first bond him? Then you gonna spoil his goods. How you bound him? Take that magic away from him. Shut it down. Took it. Threw it in hell. You want it? Go get it. Jump your ass in hell and go get it. And some of y'all gonna do just that. You want all your spells and can't whatever it's curses and all that stuff. It's in the lake of fire. Go get it. That was a thief. Came for my life. The Lord says, if the thief be found, you were found. I want sevenfold and all the substance of your house. So y'all know scripture. I said 7 years. I know she don't know nothing about none of that. He don't either, apparently. They don't, because it's like, I don't know. I say 20, but it's been more than that. So many. They report back to me telling me, Ron died on the toilet. What? Willie died on the toilet. What? These people that battled me died on toilet. Ron was a white guy. Willie was a black dude. Receipts. I have pattern record. I have a track record. But I didn't know God was doing that when I walk away. And then it just kept happening. Ron lived in Indiana. Willie lived here in Arkansas. So it ain't about the geographical location. It's what's sitting and resting on my life. Wherever I go, he goes with me. Little by little, I'm opening up and letting you guys know where I come from, what I've been through, where I'm headed, where I'm going. This thing is getting pretty long. God, I don't even know how to say this first part. This next part. But I like to say that, and I've said it several times, every blogger that come on my timeline, you have been very vital. Even the ones that I'm not really into anymore because a little friction happened. Yeah, I got to cover it all. Because I made a decree last year because it was just too intense. Coming just, I said, God, I don't have anybody to make this decree with, so I'm going to make it with you because things are happening. I may not can finish this. I'm going to try to. And I knew this was going to happen when I went in. I knew it. I started listening to a certain blogger. And I said, I'm doing it again. I caught my own self. And I listened. And then God said, you're doing it again. God. See, that was him telling me in so many ways, you can't follow, you gotta lead. And he was telling me, you know, that's not gonna work. And so, man, I'm like, God, but this blogger has informed me on some things I didn't even know of. It's helping me get around some things, and I like the content, I like the quality of it. I do some of it similar to some of the situations and dreams I've already had. It's just like almost identical, but not identical because we're not identical. You know, they're similar. And I told God, it's okay, God. So if you would just allow me to get better clarity of and understanding, and when it's time, I'll pull out. I will guard my heart. So I had boundaries there. I said, I'm not gonna put everything in this blog or whatever, this magic or whoever. I'm gonna have some safeguard because you have the final say. Sure enough, I don't know. I was just so excited because I was growing and getting better in certain things and stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I share some things, but with it, with knowing there's a possibility that things could go wrong, and I had strategy for it. Okay, sometimes you place, even though it's the truth, it's the real truth what you're saying, but there's a possibility that this thing could go wrong and go, oh yeah, it went wrong. A post was dedicated to me. You took it down. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you because you helped me, like the other bloggers. I ain't got nothing against you. I show you nothing but love. So that's why I'm not gonna clap at any of the other bloggers because of that incident. I ain't mad at you. All I ask, put the post back up. Apologize. Maybe you misread me. I don't know. Maybe that's how you truly feel. I don't know. See, that's why I'm hesitant about even stepping in when there's already been disrespect towards Judah. Judah don't like being disrespected. Nobody. Not even a blogger. Yeah. Dedicated post. Was already going through all that mess at where I was at, the emails, the bashing, people offering me money for sex and stuff, and then here you come. I couldn't even deal with that. It's like, God, I expect you said it was gonna come, but it did. Boy, that time it hurt a little bit, but because God always right. But I have to cover that. I can't leave no cracks. All cracks in my life have been sealed by the blood of Jesus. Y'all get me? That's why I've been sitting pondering. I got to cover everything before I step in. Y'all, good tonight. I got a lot of helpful information. Grew. I don't know. Was that it? I don't want nobody's spotlight. Who want a spotlight like this? I don't want it, but I got it. This is getting kind of lengthy, so thank you guys. Everybody that's praying. Vloggers, thank you. Your information is the bomb. It's better than church. I ain't gonna even lie. I only waste my time here. no doubt what I'm putting out is better than that crap up in there as well, because it's authentic, it's true, it's real, it's genuine. Take it or leave it. It's the best I can do.